Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, going to wrap up all the gills. So we got, we obviously did a sweet and spicy ending, and then the last part we did a spicy end and the sweet end. Well, in the other order. Anyway, you know. And now we are going to get his bonus, we're going to do his bonus episode. So, bonus episode 1. Yours. Oh, right, these are flashbacks. I was like, what is with the ponytail? Right, okay. Before all the decorations were in the background. And the washing machine rumbled. I sipped coffee in the tidy room, thinking about what happened earlier. And that girl was so cute. Earlier, the whole room had been overflowing with bubbles. She had wanted to help with laundry, but she used too much detergent, causing the accident. She looked adorable, covered in bubbles. And for the first time since living together, I felt truly awkward. I initiated a bubble fight in an attempt to mask my feelings, leaving the room engulfed in foam. After cleaning up, we used our own bathrooms. I came out first and started the washing machine. I'm glad the washing machine isn't broken. I turned it off right when the bubbles spilled over and cleaned it thoroughly. And once it was dry, I turned it back on. It's so funny, he's like definitely so different, and the glasses are so different too, you know what I mean? And the machine was a bit old-fashioned but sturdy. It showed no signs of wear. I was relieved by its resilience, and meanwhile I couldn't stop thinking about her. Right, because this is in the flashback. We get the flashback CG from the first, which we've seen this one because it was in the first game. She was so cute. I'd never seen her smile so brightly. Just recalling it made me happy. And there was that surprised face when the bubbles decorated her, and that bashful expression after she realized her mistake. That sulking face she made when I threw bubbles at her, and her playful smile when she threw some back. What are you doing, bird? I see her making noises, and I turn over and look, and he's got this tiny little feather in his mouth chewing it. He's literally like an inch from my face. It's like, hi. I'm like, oh my god, he's just staring at me. Oh my god, it was so weird. You're so funny. You're such a silly bird. All her reactions were adorable. I believed I'd remember this day for years. Her eagerness to help with laundry was just so sweet. Even though I assured her I'd handle everything, she felt guilty doing nothing. She always gave household chores her all. She observed everything and tried to copy what I did. There's this innocence about her, like a baby bird, and that's what makes her so captivating. She imitated my way of doing chores. Her effort was so genuine that I felt the urge to look after her even more. I mean, that is really weird when you think about it. You're like, God, she's so innocent and naive, like a baby learning thing. You're like, and then you fell in love. Maybe don't. That's weird. Seeing her engulfed in bubbles was heartwarming. So much so that it felt dangerous. I mean, it's something like when somebody's learning something and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, you know what I mean? But not like learning how to human. Something weird when you're like, aww, it's like a baby learning their first time. You shouldn't find that sexy, Gil. That's weird. Let's just ignore that. I mean, you can see if somebody rich has never done laundry before. You're like, ha! I mean, he doesn't know. But you know what I mean? He's like, that's cute. She doesn't know how to do laundry. That's something most people should know how to do. But, you know, fine. Had it been appropriate, I'd have embraced her right then. Yeah, because you're a weirdo. No hate to Gil, because he's been fine. But still, Gil, don't just hug random people. I was sure she'd have a lovely scent, and it wouldn't just be from the bubbles. Okay, Gil, now you're getting weird. Gonna need you to simmer down. Remember what we said, Gil? Simmer down. Wait, I can't do that. Good for you. I shook the fantasies from my head, feeling my cheeks warm just from the thought. See, this is why you're okay, because you think creepy things, and then you're like, I can't just hug her, that'd be weird. Good job! So, like, you can't help the intrusive thoughts, but you can help not do them. I'd been like this for a while. All I did was think about her, making it impossible for me to focus on anything. I I wasn't like this in high school. I knew that I had changed ever since I met her, but I could tell that she was changing too. Compared to the first day, she seemed more self-assured. She even learned how to bathe on her own. I glanced toward her room. She was over at the second bathroom. She seemed to like taking long baths, double the length of mine. But she didn't even know how to bathe when she first arrived. I mean, that's gotta be concerning, Gil. That shouldn't be sexy to you, that should be concerning. Her first day was so much trouble. She stayed near me to learn all the basics. I taught her that men and women usually didn't bathe together, but I wasn't sure if she truly understood why. She was the type who believed men and women could bathe together just because she saw it in a movie. Something tells me she'd say yes if I asked to take a bath with her. She definitely would. She'd believe and follow everything I suggested to her, as if they were the laws of the world. See, and this is why we can give props to Gil that even though you think creepy, weird things, you rein it in. You're like, I could say we should take a bath together. She would do whatever I said, but that would be fucked up. Good for you, Gil. Good for you. It's okay that you're like, huh. I could tell her we could take a bath together, and you could have a little fantasy in your head. That's fine, because you're not going to cross that line, and that's what makes you okay. That's why we're okay with you. Even though you're a little bit of a weirdo. It's okay. It's just a weirdo in his head. You know? He's a lady in the streets, but a freak in his head, basically. Could it be because we were closer now? He felt risky that she would follow me without a second thought. But that was so cute. Ugh, why are you so defenseless? If I kissed her and said it was a greeting, she might believe such a custom existed. It does in some places. No, she can't be that innocent, right? She watched a lot of movies, so I didn't think she would get tricked by that kind of lie. I hoped. But there were instances where she believed in every word I said. I'd heard her say, "If you say so, Gil," plenty of times. She was so cute, I didn't know what to do. It's endearing how much she trusts me. I hadn't known so much joy could come from someone placing their trust in me this much. And maybe that was why she was all I could care about right now. She's just too cute. I found myself thinking about her past expressions. It was only recently she began to smile so genuinely. Wait a second. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah. Okay, no. Okay, because I recorded the last part, right before this. Thinking of, and my brain, it takes a while to catch, I'm slow today, okay? I've recorded the last 3 parts today. Like, this part, the 2 before. But, different times, obviously. But, so I'm very slow today. It's the paint fumes. I don't know. But, I'm sitting here as I'm reading this, yeah, locking me. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. There is a reason why you would lock me in a room. I know, I'm sure somebody was thinking it or said it in the last part. Again, it just took me, 20 minutes to catch up. Yeah, Nicola locking me in a room. Same voice actor. Typecast as the type to lock you in a fucking room after his spicy end. Look, it was stewing in the back of my brain and it just caught up now. I don't remember sometimes, until we read them. I'm like, oh, right, okay. You know what I mean? But I forgot, yes. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait, you're in the... and I was like, is he Gil? Right, yes, he is. So, yeah. 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 I'm just saying. Sometimes these poor VAs are typecast. Oh, sweetie, you're typecast as the one that's gonna lock us in rooms. Okay, well, at least Gil kept us locked in a house. And in Pio Fiore, we were just locked in our room. But still, same vibes. I'm just saying. And that's pretty funny now. Right, anyway. She was candid, innocent, and often threw caution to the wind. But occasionally she was reserved. She trusted me, and I was happy seeing proof of that. But I never expected her to actually try doing laundry on her own. I was the one washing her dirty laundry until now. Pervert, touching my panties. Today she gave it a shot, and although she failed spectacularly, it was a big step forward. I felt a mix of pride and sadness witnessing her growth. And there was a part of me that wanted to always look after her. Wait, what am I thinking? I tried dismissing the thought, but maybe it reflected my true feelings. Oh, my. And glancing up at the ceiling, I came face to face with emotions I hadn't felt before. Living with her had unveiled a side of me I hadn't known. Or had it always been there? The weird overprotective obsessive side? Phew, that felt great. Did you start the washing machine again? I almost fell out of the chair when I heard her voice. What's wrong? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I did the laundry. It's all fine. I tried to play dumb as I turned back around. I almost cried out loud again. She looked so cute when she came right out of the bath. Wait. How is she this adorable? Is she an angel? Kinda, yeah. Gil? Huh? She looked even cuter, somehow. Definitely cuter than before she'd taken her bath. What was this? How did this work? In my eyes, she seemed to sparkle. It was like I was in love. Huh? Is that what this is? I was so shocked that I froze in place. But it was true, she looked incredibly cute. I couldn't take my eyes off of her. Gil, what's wrong? Huh? Oh, nothing. I need to work on my report right now. Oh, I should work on my assignment too. I have a psychology report due next week. Huh? Oh, is that bad? She seemed a bit dejected from my reaction. My head felt like it was spinning, and I shook it quickly. No, I'm just wondering how the fuck you're in a psychology class, but you can't figure out how to turn on a washing machine. Just kidding. No, there's nothing bad about it. Yeah, let's work on things together. Okay. Making that face isn't fair. She seemed so disheartened by my initial reaction, but now she was happy, knowing we'd work together. My heart raced. This isn't good. Keep it together. We're roommates. Yeah, sure. Falling in love with a roommate would make things awkward. I tried to focus as I pulled out references for my report. But catching her glance at my work from the side made my heart flutter. I couldn't concentrate and time seemed to fly. I ended up exhausted. Hi, buddy. What you doing? You doing kisses? You're so cute. Let's call it a night. Thanks for the help, Gil. I learned so much. I'm glad to hear that. Good night, Gil. Yeah, good night. He really likes plaid. When I entered my room, I jumped onto my bed. And this is really bad. She's too cute. She looked cuter than she had the day before, and even cuter than 2 days ago. Ever since I saw her covered in bubbles today, it felt like I was enchanted. I spent all of my time with her until today. I buried my face in my pillow, realizing I couldn't keep my cool. Thanks for the help, huh? I'd shown her how to draft a report and use the washing machine, but I wondered what she was referring to. And I remembered another time she seemed thrilled after I taught her something. It was when I'd explained how to take a bath properly. Would you stop it? Oh, right, remember this too. She pops in and he's like, ah! And it goes away so fast. Never mind. Ah! This is so bad. It's so bad. I wanted to get out and run, but if I left, she might worry about what I was doing. She'll come with you. At this rate, my face would be burning forever. And no way I could go to sleep. Oh, I know. I should watch a horror movie to distract myself. I grabbed my tablet and browsed my collection of horror films. And there were titles like The Hereditor, The Glittering, and Zombie Bazaar. The Glittering! I don't know, The Glittering sounds awesome! I thought a horror movie might calm me down. Some people are horrified by having glitter thrown at them and being glittered, but I love it. That was very painful. You were not very nice. I was trying to pet you, but that was very, very mean. You don't bite like that. That is bad bird. He's bad boy. Don't look at me with that face. You should feel bad. You should feel guilty, bird. You've been very hard. It's not nice. I started Zombie Bazaar, but I couldn't focus. I couldn't stop thinking about her and was unable to pay attention to the movie at all. There's birdies chirping. Tweet, tweet, tweet. You can't hear them. Was that it? Okay. Episode 2. Episode 2, I think, is the one with the CG? After I taught her how to take a bath. When I got out of the bath, I collapsed after seeing her out there. She wore only a t-shirt, appearing lost. I asked if something was wrong, and she said she'd forgotten her pajamas. And that's why she had borrowed one of my larger t-shirts and wanted to check if it was okay with me. Come on, this is really bad. The most awkward part was she had nothing on under the t-shirt. She brought only one pair of underwear, following her aunt's advice to wash and reuse it. And Gil's like, this woman is crazy. My aunt, I mean. That's why she didn't have a change of clothes after her bath. She found my t-shirt but didn't know what to do. She's not coming on to me, is she? No, I'm too stupid for that right now. I took a cautious glance at her to make sure I wasn't reacting the wrong way. She obviously looked troubled, fidgeting with the hem of my t-shirt apologetically. Yeah, this is just how she is. It wasn't intentional, and she wasn't making a move. She genuinely lacked common sense and didn't know what to do. I decided I should quickly do the laundry to provide her with some clothes. I'll head to the laundromat. Thank you. I held the laundry bag while turning away to avoid looking at her too much. Looking at the clock, I realized it was getting late. Well, it's not like she needs to be awake or anything. Without looking at her, I gestured toward her room. You might want to head to your room and maybe rest. Huh? But I feel bad. You're doing the laundry for me. She was oddly conscientious. I assumed she came from a rich family that lived in a big mansion or something. Sorta. She didn't seem aware of risks. I wanted to get her to bed as soon as possible. I bet you do! I know that's not exactly what he meant, but it's kind of also what he meant. I felt relieved that I was the only roommate here while I cleared my throat. It's okay. The washing and drying will take time. It'll stress me out more if I think you're just waiting around. Really? Yeah, so you can just do your report while you're waiting instead. Don't worry about me. Just go on ahead to bed if you want. Oh, and don't leave the apartment. Okay, don't leave the apartment, especially because you don't have underwear on. Please, please, please don't go outside. Don't even go near a window in that outfit. Okay, I'll get going now. Take care. I left in a rush. Upon reaching the laundromat, I quickly loaded the machine, trying not to dwell on the details. Loading the washing machine was one pair of underwear. Once the machine was running, I sat down and sighed deeply. Oh, look at him. Oh, this is our CG. You're looking so, stressed out. That was nerve-wracking. I was so nervous. I was so anxious that I nearly forgotten how to talk. And too many things happened, and it was making my head explode. I didn't have the mental focus to do my report. When I put out an ad for a roommate, the new roommate was supposed to be a guy called Mike. But when I was waiting for that new roommate, the person that actually showed up was a girl called Spacey. That was surprising enough, but she didn't know how to take a bath or how to act in front of men. And clearly she lived a sheltered life, possibly having run away from home. Hold on. Does that mean I'm rooming with a girl? Wow. Not the okay. Now have you been hanging around Raoul? Is his stupidity rubbing off on you? Okay, Raoul I actually think would be like, yeah, I'm rooming with a girl, we should have sex. Because he's a whore. But Jesus Christ, Gil. Use your brain cells. You're not using them right now. He turned them all off. Now that I was alone, the reality of the situation sank in. No, I heard it's common for men and women to room together in Lost York. But I was certain my ad specified male roommates only. Yeah, I doubted my ability to live with a girl. Back in Baltimore, not many people actually had roommates. Everyone had known one another since childhood in that neighborhood. All my high school friends still lived at home. It was a laid-back port town, and not many outsiders came, and families had stayed there for generations. That was why living with friends or strangers wasn't part of the culture. But Lost York is different. College friends often roomed together, regardless of gender. It wasn't about romantic relationships. It was just how things were. And despite that, I wasn't comfortable with the idea, so my ad was for male roommates only. And then, such a cute girl shows up. And on top of that, she was unlike any girl I'd ever met. Back in Baltimore, I'd been with assertive upperclassmen and classmates, At events like the Oyster Festival, I wasn't inexperienced around girls. So why am I so restless now? And maybe it was her innocence that made her different from any other woman I met. No, it's because you're in love with me, so that's why. But she didn't view me as a man. She seemed utterly unaware of her femininity. I'd never encountered someone so pure. I felt a compulsion to ensure she was safe, to shield her from potential harm. And previously, everyone had treated me as the pampered son of a company president. Suddenly, the roles were reversed, and I found myself wanting to protect someone else for the first time. If she can't handle basic tasks like bathing or laundry, can she even cook? Tonight, I prepared dinner under the excuse of making a welcoming meal. In reality, I was still trying to understand her innocence. Many roommates I knew lived independently, preparing their own meals. I thought I should prepare food for her, or at least teach her how. Oh, I used up all the ingredients for dinner, so I better stock up on more. Was there a 24-hour supermarket around here? Wait, why this sudden urge to care for her? College roommates led separate lives. But she might be anxious. It's her first time sharing space with someone. Remembering her confused expression, I felt a newfound responsibility. It won't be weird even if I made breakfast, right? We'll talk about what to do from that point on. A friend told me you have to decide beforehand on how to divide up the costs and household chores with roommates. I wouldn't mind handling chores. When I was living at home, the maids did everything for me, but I liked doing it, so I always helped out. I learned how to make the crab cake mixes and how to wash dishes until they were spotless from the maids. Thanks to that, I was able to live alone. Now, it's my turn to teach someone. After thinking about it, I realized that I was looking forward to teaching her. It was probably because she was so cute when she tried her best to learn how to take a bath or how to clean. No! Don't remember that part! My thoughts drifted back to her in just a towel. I covered my reddening face. I really wonder what's going to happen from now on. I taught her the basics of bathing, so awkward moments shouldn't be possible. But who knew what she'd do next? I needed to be prepared. Maybe I should head home. Even though I told her to go to bed, I felt uneasy when she was out of my sight. I glanced up, hoping the wash would be done soon, and then a realization struck me. Oh no. Her underwear. I saw something spinning that was obviously not mine. I felt too embarrassed to look and turned away. I shouldn't be peeping at someone's underwear. And naturally, I didn't care about the other dryers because I didn't know the people who owned those clothes. But the dryer in front of me was different. Belonged to the girl that came into the doors of my home today. Normally, I didn't care about waiting for the laundry to be done, but today, the wait was agonizing. And then you're gonna have to reach in and touch them. Phew, it's finally done. After the washing and drying was finished, I left the laundromat. I realized it was getting pretty late now. I sprinted back to 3rd Avenue, picking up ingredients for tomorrow's breakfast. All the shopping felt like it took forever. I suddenly felt fatigued and dragged my feet as I looked up at the sky. She's asleep by now, right? I really hope she was. Facing her now would be too awkward. I wonder if I can really be roommates with her starting tomorrow. No, I should be able to. I had to. I needed to work on it. Look at him blushing. I was the only one she could depend on. Yeah, she might be worried since she's never been through any of this. I need to pull myself together. I thought of all the men in my hometown who looked out for me, and that gave me the courage to do what I had to do. I'd be like a protective big brother to her starting tomorrow. I was only a year older, but I had more experience living on my own. I resolved to get back quickly. I'd leave her fresh laundered clothes at her door and start preparing for tomorrow's breakfast. Alright, let's get this done. Holding the shopping bags filled with groceries in the laundry bag, I dashed through the streets. At that time, I didn't know that I'd continue handling all of her laundry, including her underwear, until she finished college. He secretly loves it. I love washing her underwear. That's also probably why he became obsessed with us. Gil bonus episode 3. Last one. Okay, so this is the current timeline. On the evening we discussed our wedding plans, she curiously glanced around the room. Her eyes sparkled when she noticed the photo on my desk. Oh, is this you when you were a child, Gil? You found it. The photo she held showed the first time I made a car that I was proud of. And the picture was of me as a child standing with the original Bumblepig prototype. That's cute. How old were you there? About 10, I think. Wow, 10 years old, huh? She smiled gently, seemingly reflecting on my past. Seeing her from the side, I found her irresistibly charming. I walked over and embraced her. Whoa, what's the matter? Nothing. I just thought about how happy I am. I wish I could have told my past self that. I am who I am now because of this. Because of what happened back then, I managed to bring you back from the heavens. Yeah, kinda. That day, 14 years ago, I was laying down on the Lovecraft family's private beach near my workshop. Every day feels so boring. I stopped tinkering with cars as a hobby and simply gazed at the sky. I could see some seafowl out in the distance. Birds naturally took to the skies, just as I naturally fiddled with cars, at least until the previous month. Recently, the thrill was gone. Everything felt mundane. What's wrong with me? I adored cars so much before. Lately, the childhood passion I once had seemed to diminish. I'm assuming this is when he was 10, so we should give... But we're just going to read it normal because it's his thought. I thought I still loved cars. At the very least, I loved cars more than any of my friends at school. But remembering how passionate I used to be only frustrated me further. The enthusiasm that once kept me up all night modifying cars was gone. Reflecting on this, I sighed deeply. Imagine having these, self-reflective thoughts at 10. Oh, Gil, what are you doing lying around here? A familiar face blocked the sun's rays. It was the man from the car workshop I contacted for parts. Oh, hi. What brings you here? Don't give me that. I came to bring you the parts you asked for. Oh. His words jogged my memory. Weeks ago, I'd asked the old butler to place an order for my current car project. It was only a few weeks ago, but I forgot all about it. And that just made me even more depressed. Sorry, and thanks. Can you just leave them over there? All right. Gil, did something happen? Huh? Why do you ask? Usually you'd eagerly inspect the parts as soon as they arrived. It's not like you to be so dismissive. I frowned upon hearing that. I was all too aware that I wasn't myself. Still, I had changed. I couldn't help speaking out in defiance. It seems I'm in a bit of a slump right now. What? Ow! That is not nice. I explained my worries. To my dismay, the man burst into laughter. A 10-year-old in a slump. You sure sound like a jaded old man now, Gil. It's terrible of you to laugh. This is a serious problem for me. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to insult you. I just realized that you're growing up. I wonder if he's telling the truth. You want me to pet you, but then you bite. You're not very nice. I felt like he was still treating me like a child, so I shot him a sidelong glance. You are a child! You're 10! And once he stopped laughing, he patted my head. Well, the same thing happened to me in the past. It's bringing me back. Huh? Really? You felt this way too? Yeah, absolutely. That's how I know you're maturing. So, will I ever get over this slump? Well, that's up to you, Gil. Up to me? It varies from person to person. Some rediscover their passion, others find new passions. New passions? Yeah, there are countless wonderful things out there. Cars, clothes, music, airplanes. Hey, even love. Maybe someday, if you find someone you love, you won't need anything else. Do you think I'll ever find a love like that? Thoughts of my father made me even more depressed. My father was always away because of work, traveling globally. I hadn't seen him in 6 months. And because of him, my mother always seemed a little lonely. I grappled with wanting a great romance and fearing becoming like my father. I promised never to be like my father. I thought that if I ever made someone feel lonely, I wouldn't date at all. Well, I guess you're still too young for love talk, Gil. That's not true. I'm already 10. Ha, you're right about that. You're old enough to get into a slump. Yeah. So what if I don't want to build cars anymore? I glanced at the newly arrived parts and sighed. The man paused, then reached into his pocket. Here, take this. What is it? I can't make it into the movie since I have to work. Why don't you go watch it? He handed me a ticket for Trans4 Cars. Trans4 Cars? You're grown up. You can watch a movie alone, right? See a movie alone? That idea sounded uniquely mature. Felt like I was truly growing up. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll watch it. Great. Let me know what you think. Yeah, thanks. I held the movie ticket. Normally I'd watch movies with my mom or brother. Today I was alone. Oh, Gil, by yourself today? I handed over the ticket and the familiar staff member looked surprised. I felt a surge of pride at his reaction and nodded. Yes, I'm grown up now. I entered the theater as previews played. Trans4 Cars, and not the type of film I usually watched. I wondered what it would be like. As the movie logo appeared, I was immediately drawn in. The cars transformed. What? Trans4 Cars? Cars transform. It's like it was in the title the whole time, guys, and we didn't even know. Duh. Just kidding. There's Bumblebee. Bumblebee, I've got you now. You won't escape this time. Wow. The car morphed into a robot, battling villains to save the world. Wow, wow, wow. The story setting was difficult to grasp, but I recognized every car that appeared. All my favorite cars defended the world, fighting to protect the people they loved. See, that's exactly... I'm gonna go hug my car after this. You defending the world, fighting to protect me, my precious baby. They thought cars were cool just for driving on the road, but this movie showed them in a different light. Yeah, that's why you gotta treat your car like it's a sentient being, because it is. The mechanics behind their transformations and intricacies of their parts exceeded my expectations. And this was a world I never knew. I do love that we see this, though. It's cute. And this is why I love cars so much. I overcame my slump and began designing a car like the ones in Trans4 Cars. After the movie ended, I rushed home and sketched endless blueprints as if tomorrow would never come. The following day, my enthusiasm led me to draft a review about the film and share it with the man in the workshop. Then I ordered more parts. The old butler got mad at me for spending too much. I was cut off from my allowance for years after that, but I remembered it fondly. For years? You cut off a child's allowance for years? And thanks to that movie, I found this renewed passion. I could feel the intensity of my love in my arms. Spacey Lovecraft, the girl I loved, my goddess that I kidnapped with my car. Kinda, sorta true. But when you phrase it that way, it sounds wildly inappropriate. Spacey, I love you. Gil. Closing her eyes, she nestled into my embrace after seeing my smile. I couldn't look away from her beautiful and lovely face. I remembered how that man said nothing else matters when you find the right person to love. That's become my reality. I caressed her cheek and drew her closer to me. I'll love you always and forever. I promise to keep you safe. We kissed and hugged again, and her smile brimmed with joy. Cars held a special place in my heart, and I'd also won over my true love. I could become invincible when I combined all the things I loved, and with that in mind, I kissed her again. Aww. His took less time, or I didn't ramble as much. I don't know. Yep. Okay. Gallery! So we'll check out our last one. Yeah, look, it knows. It's like, it's Gil. So where is that one? Oh, right. It's in the lipstick. I was like, where's the other? I forgot. It's in the lipstick. Like, look, it's been like a while since I finished Shelby's. So anyway, so there's that one. That's CG. But no, I mean, like, overall, I mean, like, again, overall, Gil's fine. No problems with him whatsoever. But, oh dear God. The next route is Peter, guys. Oh, it's Jupiter. Oh, God, guys. Oh, sweet fucking Jesus. Listen! I don't know about that spicy end. I don't know what to... I know what to expect, but I also don't know what to expect, okay? I mean... Violence. Okay, there's lots of violence throughout all of these. Implied sexual intercourse with an anthropomorphic character. You know right? Oh, no! I hope that's the spicy end and not the sweet and spicy end or the sweet end, because that just sounds kinky. So, again, that's what I expect from not the kidnapping me, locking me in the house. Infidelity, we've seen that. Murder. Well, who gets murdered? Do we actually murder anyone? We have not murdered anyone. Who gets... Oh, dear. What do we have to look forward to in, We haven't actually murdered anyone yet, so whose route gets murder? Kidnapping, we got kidnapping. Confinement. Voyeurism was Ryuki. Confinement and kidnapping is kind of like... We got kidnapped in here, and we've also been confined, technically, in this. So, that was definitely Gil. Confinement is kind of also a little bit Shelby. We're kind of confined in the... We're not allowed to go more than 5 feet from him, so wherever he goes, we go. It's mild confinement. Dubious consent. I kind of feel like that could... I'm concerned about that one, too. But, like, I could also feel like, Gil being like, well, you're drunk on chocolate, let's go. But we were married, so, like, is it... It is a little dubious. I suppose you could look at it that way. To me, when I see that, I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to like this. Where with Gil, you're like, you little son of a bitch. And then you were like, I might just have to buy more chocolate to get her drunk. Sir, that's a little questionable, but, like, we'll let it slide, so. And I'm just saying, the implied sexual... That's... I mean, nobody else transforms into a cute, fluffy thing that she's always using as a massager. Before it was a back massager, and now it... Oh, dear God. Okay. Well, there go my innocence. Gonna clutch my pearls. What? The bird's looking at me weird. And I know what you're thinking. What? It's not like he's my brother. That's different. That's fine. But anyway. We will, this one is the other, like, super adorable one, so we'll leave it on this one. For the end. But yeah, so we will be back with Peter next time. So that'll be interesting. And then we'll have to figure out, because I don't think I've seen any comments so far, but by the time it might be too late. I don't know. It'll probably be at the last second after Peter, do we do Alan, then Raoul, or do we do Raoul and Alan? Because... there's no route order. But so far, I think this has been good, because we've gotten a little bit more, like, doing Berenice first was perfect. We got a little bit, and, like, if Raoul and Alan have the more behind the scenes in the other secrets than in the side characters, you get more reveals on them. I think it's better. You know what I mean? Some side characters play significant roles in certain storylines, so, Raoul and Alan's after dramas contain the most revelations about certain side characters. Save those two. But I liked both of them, but then it's kind of one of those, Alan is kind of like, I guess, the poster boy, but I agree with the Tomei Kitten that Raoul is the best, so save the best for last, What do we do? Do we save the one we love the most for last? We'll see what happens after Peter. I might need a palate cleanser after that. I might need best boy, and then, so we'll have to see how it goes, but definitely Peter next. So, anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.